Welcome. Next stop, the Fashion Bunker. Please sit back, relax and enjoy your journey.
Hello? Hello, everybody. Peace, 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 peace. Welcome to the main attraction of the weekend in the Fashion Bunker live stream. Hello, lovelies. Hello, Shunashi. Hey, Divana Budget. Hey, A. Hey, N. Wacky Cookies. MM. Kerry Fernandez. Kev. Bible Believing Christian. Andrea Myers. Linda S. Now tier 2, baby. Yes. Deli Pike, Natalie Dietz, Jesse Johnson, Debbie, David Anderson, Shikma, Teresa McGuire, how's it going, my love? The Picky Ricky, Steph, Corey Emerson, Deeply Erring, everybody, welcome, welcome, welcome. Frozen Luxury, we got Saya in the Hus, Caroline Steele, Fuchsia Floyd, Mahones Kilecki, hi everybody. I cannot stand missing the pre-show, so tier 2, there you go, sweetie, thank you. Min Wade. Also, who was asking about upgrading to tier 2? Crybaby Uzagi, hey sweetie. Dilly Pilkey, Pikey, Pike? No, it was, wait, no. We passed it. Yeah, DL Pike. I've been trying to change level to tier 2 and doesn't show the option for me. Someone can help me. So then I don't think you have to delete tier 1. You can just go to your membership and I think it offers you the option to upgrade. Depends maybe which device you want to upgrade from. That maybe might be the issue. And then maybe there's a difference if you're going to go and do it directly from a tablet, from a smartphone, or from a computer or a laptop. Because then it might be slightly different. You're using the iPad. I wonder if you're using the iPad, technically, if you push the join, you should see your membership and you can upgrade the tier. I think it was easier to update on the YouTube website and not the apps, is Deeply Erring. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. We got over 100 people watching and we only got 37 likes. Yeah, guys, can we get a little bit more thumbs up? Because we'll go. We need thumbs.
Yes.
Thumb of the live stream. Hey, Anderson Martins. Hi, y'all. Finally moved. So happy to be back live with y'all. Hey, sweetie. Welcome. Hey, Corey K. Wacky Cookies. I'm loving the hair decor. Thank you so much. Beachy Waves. Beachy Wives. Yeah, I got Beachy Wives in the house. T-Pal. How's it going? How's it going, sweetie? Hey, Ellie. Hi from San Francisco. Hi, Deeply Erring. Hey, Mary Smart. You guys. Linda S. Ann Chambers. Tisha, y'all, have you noticed we got a new emoji? So we just came out of a 3-hour pre-show live stream for tier 1 and tier 2 members. It was the first of the month, so it was open to tier 1 and tier 2 members. There it is. And so, of course, tier 1 and tier 2 members and tier 1 and tier 2 patrons saw it first because in the pre-show we launched this little beauty as an emoji. Now we have the ring emoji called phone. There you go. The pinkness of it all. So we got the pink will go, the live-in ferret in pink, and the pink phone. So if you wish to spend even more time with me and have a lot of fun talking about stuff we can't really talk about in the main show, consider joining, becoming a member today, tier 2, tier 1, whatever you prefer, or patron tier 1 or tier 2. And then you get access to the pre-shows. Thank you for becoming a member, Christy Donati. And thanks, Anderson, for becoming a tier 1 member. Thank you, sweetie. And also, what I want to say, so we had this lovely conversation and in the pre-show, and we were talking also about freeing this little emoji. And then there's still a couple more emojis to come, right? The more members we get to join the channel, and the more emojis YouTube unlocks for us. So it's like a level up, like a video game type of scenario. So Shunashi gifted 1-tier membership to Christy Donati. So Christy Donati was gifted a membership by Shunashi. There you go. Thank you so much, Shunashi, for gifting a membership. So you too can gift a membership, and then they get basically randomly raffled. It's always a tier 1 membership that gets gifted for 1 month, and they get randomly raffled amongst all the people watching the live stream and who are subscribed, I think, and also who are chatting. And I think YouTube prioritizes who has been online longer, like who has been chatting, more active, you know what I mean? So it kind of does that lottery, but you have higher chances of winning the lottery if you're more active in the community, because also YouTube wants to get those people to win the membership that actually care about being around on the channel. It makes sense if you think about it. So it kind of like rewards the people that are like more actually interested in chatting, talking, being more present, getting, access to more content. So it makes sense to me. Hey, Christy Donati. Hey, N, Tina, MMA, JR DVD, Luis Protasio. How's it going, everybody? Shinashi, you became a member? Oh, you upgraded, right, to tier 2 member, I think. Yeah, you upgraded to tier 2 member. Thank you, sweetie. The notifications are a little bit behind. So what do you think about this? I was thinking of doing the next emoji. Like we need one emoji. Hey, Tanisha, how's it going, sweetie? Hey, Zara Justina. Hey, Vicente. Lady Jai Jai, Jacob, you need to get cards from Fiorucci. I went all out. You need to get creds from, I need creds, not cards. Sorry, my eyes are like, I need to get creds, like commish. You need to get commish from Fiorucci. I went all out, got some garbs. Was great for the Tears for Fears concert at the Bowl. Baby, let me tell you, Fiorucci is the way to go. The quality is really good. The prices are not that bad. And when they go on sale, honey, they go on sale. So I bought myself a t-shirt. Like you've seen what I bought. It's like a denim, kind of like a jacket t-shirt. And then I bought a little miniature bag with the angels on it. It's like super cute. So, yeah, I was really happy with the Fiorucci thing. Hashtag not sponsored, by the way. Just to be very clear, paid it myself. Thank you very much. Gotcha. Ooh la la boom. Yes. Did the live just start? Yes, Vicente. Hey, Monarch. Hey, Linda S. The Handbag Housewife. Hey, sweetie. Are you doing Cosette first? Whoa. No, actually, listen. So in the pre-show, IYKYK, we were talking about thievery and we were talking about gatekeeping. And that's all I'm going to say. But speaking of thievery, I want to initiate this live stream with a bit of thievery. What say you? Let me film the segment. Hold on. I have my... I think you're blocking my screen. Okay. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Listen, listen. Thieves of France and luxury goods in Paris, in good old gay Paris. So, just a couple of days ago, there appears to have been a huge heist in the center of Paris. Luxury is at stake. Prices are at stake. How is the consumer going to have to pay at the end of the day? Little rhyme. Well, let's find out together. Subscribe to my channel here on the tubes. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Jacob, all spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to our members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come on and join us in the live chats. And while you're at it, I want to say also Piaget, the haute joaillerie fashion house or jewelry house of Piaget. Let me move to the side so actually we give Piaget the moment. I'm on a chair here. Okay. The Karen chair. So, ta-da. So basically very empty store. Listen. So it happened allegedly. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged, just my opinion. So Piaget has been ransacked in Paris, you guys. In Paris. A polka player in Paris, of all places. And this is what went down around the beginning of August. 2 men in suits and a woman. So 2 guys and a lady raided a shop of the luxury Swiss watch brand Piaget in central Paris, escaping with between 10 and 11, escaping between 10 and 15 million euro worth of jewelry in the center of Paris in broad daylight. Snatching jewelry in the worth between 11 and 15 million euro. That's around about $18 million. 2 guys and a woman. Apparently, they were holding the people in the store at gunpoint. So they entered and then lifted and were like, okay, everybody, this is a robbery. Give us all your watches. Give us all your jewelry. La 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 dee da dee la dee da dee da. They were singing the robbery, okay? The Singing Thieves of Paris. It's a musical. So at this point, what's happening is, I mean, I guess they're going to sing their way through to heaven or prison, depending if they find them or not. So the news are reporting that they're looking for these 3 people for the robbery, but also for snatching a person. Now, I don't really understand how and what exactly happened. They say they left on foot and nobody is thought to have been hurt during the raid. But Paris prosecutors have opened an investigation for armed robbery by organizing gang and kidnapping. So they have kidnapped somebody at the Piaget store? Or are these 3 people, have they been identified as 3 gangsters that have, amongst other things, also have kidnapped people? And this made me think, are we talking about like kidnapping in the context, in the broader context of, you know, we see this happening most of the time on TikTok, people talking in the United States for the most part about people getting kidnapped, but actually to be sold off, either their organs or the people themselves, which is like crazy to think about because, I mean, what gives? Like you're walking on the way, you're just walking down the street from the parking lot to enter Target, and on your way to entering Target or Walmart, a van passes by, snatches you, they harvest your organs, and c'est la vie, baby. So I don't know if these people are involved in that as well, because like the kidnapping from Piaget, I don't know. I don't really know what's going down here, but very, very fascinating that the prosecutors are kind of putting kind of this headhunt on them for thievery, actually for armed robbery and organizing gang, but also kidnapping. And the shop is on the Rue de la Paix, or Paix, in the upscale Place Vendôme area, home to several jewelers, watchmakers, and luxury brands. The area has experienced a spate of armed robberies in recent years. And remember that at the beginning of the video, I was saying, like, how does this affect us consumers? It's quite simple, really. Yes, these brands are insured. I don't know if they're that insured to like cover $15 million in losses, but bottom line is this, and you can bet your bottom dollar that after a huge heist like this, and after they lost so much money, what are they going to do? They're going to raise their prices, allegedly. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged. This is just my opinion, but like, how do you deal with a loss that big? Yes, maybe a part of it can be returned through insurances, but the rest of it, what are you going to do? You're going to cut salaries? I don't know. That's a bit trickier to do, especially because France, for now, still kind of has relatively solid laws in place to protect the workers. They're also trying to change that and make it worse, unfortunately, for the workers, but the workers are fighting back, thankfully. So what you do, you make the customer pay. So I'm going to be very curious to see how the pricing evolves at Piaget in the next following months. You know, are they going to have a price increase when they were not officially planning to have one? How big the price increase is going to be? Are you still going to keep buying Piaget, or are you going to be like, no way, Jose, little rhyme? I don't know. I'm just still stuck in that thought of kind of like leaving my car to go to Target, and then on my way to the entrance, like a van passes by, snatches me. And I was thinking to myself, like, what would I do? What would I do? Like, what would I say? Would I talk to the kidnappers? Like, or would they just put like, what's it called? That, not formaldehyde. Geez. That other thing on your face to make you like kind of fall asleep immediately. So you can't even talk. But like, I would try to talk to the robbers. Like, I would try to call for their empathy and humanity, to be like, don't harvest my organs. Like, I only have one kidney. I drink a lot. Whatever's left inside of me is perforated. I don't know. I would say, I don't know what I would say, but I would try to make them laugh, maybe. And make them feel empathy for me, so that they like don't like harvest giblets out of me. I don't know what I would do. Oh yeah, chloroform. Thanks, Wacky Cookies. Oh, Kev is like, doubt they'd care. I mean, Kev is like, you're a goner. If they pick you up from the street like that, you're a goner. Dilly says, I will pray to God and be faithful that he will help me. I don't know if I would like leave my entire existence in the hands of God alone in a situation like that. I would be like, God, please assist me. But like, in the meanwhile, maybe there's something more I can do to also help the situation. You know what I mean? Saya says, I would talk SHIT till the very end. Like, yeah, like bad jokes, like bad gay jokes, like, you know, like Carrie Bradshaw in Sex and the City. Whenever she's nervous, she just starts blabbering all the weirdest stuff. So I would also be like, so, yeah, you got really nice shoes on, brown. Yeah, brown sneak. That's the color of the season. I think that's the best outfit. Oh, very Grey Gardens, very Little Edie. That's the best outfit for the day, you see. It's the best costume. It's the best costume for the day. You understand. You understand. It's the best costume of the day. And Jen Har says, I talk like Moira Rose the whole time. They would bring me back. Jen, you would be Moira Rose. You'll be like, are you taking my organs for the baby? Do you have a child that has problems digesting alcohol, so you need my kidney? My kidney doesn't work properly. Okay? Bert Hervling Dergling Burglerferg. I would be like trying to... Oh, it seems like you've been drinking Burglar Dingaling. Burlurg. Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, Little Edie, baby. Yeah, that's the best costume for the day. You understand. They don't just take kidneys, heart, eyes, even nipples, dear. Nipples. I would be like, I am very susceptible in this area. Do not touch me in this area, okay? Let's get to know each other first. Can we have a conversation before you go places. This is a very, very aggressive approach for a first date. I don't even know you. Okay. And we're already so intimate. So anyway, now having said all that, of course, of course people go through hell when this happens, and I'm not trying to make fun of victims. What I'm trying to do is something very human here, and that is when we are confronted with such a terrible situation, human beings try to make humor out of it, not to make fun of anybody who's gone through this, but just trying to make sense of something so unhumane or inhumane and terrible. That's the only reason why I'm turning this into comedy, because otherwise, quite frankly, to be really serious, I don't know how human beings can sink so low to want to hurt other human beings so much that they would snatch them off the street and harvest their organs. You see, for me, that is unfathomable. I don't really know how to even grasp a concept where a human being lacks so much humanity that they would be capable of doing such an atrocity. That's why I turn it into humor and I make a joke out of it, because otherwise it's impossible to grasp. I could just cry, you know what I mean? And I don't want to do that. I want to turn this frown upside down and I want to make sense of it. Just saying. Just keeping it real, okay? And yeah, give him Joan Rivers. Oh my gosh, they snatch you off the street and you're like, you're a pahoka player, a pahoka player. You're not gonna do this with me. You're not gonna do this with me. You people, you don't have surnames. That's what she said about Las Vegas. You're a pahoka player. Taking my kidney. I don't think so. I don't think so. So anyway, not a soul can clog. Yes, it's too traumatizing. It's so unsafe out there. Too many criminals, says A. Hey, H.A. Costa. Hi, Nico. First time I have caught you live. You caught me. Hey, hi. So everyone in my area is armed. Good luck snatching them. Oh boy, but that's another problem. Everybody and their grandmother has a gun. Not everybody knows how to use one. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Things can go very, very haywire. You end up like shooting yourself in the leg instead. You got to be very careful, you guys, you know. Anyway, wow, this is a topic. This has turned into something else, right? From 15 million euro jewelry heist to Joan Rivers, Little Edie, and Moira Rose jokes after being snatched by organ harvesters. Only on the Fashion Bunker channel. What can I tell you? I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts and prayers down below. And until next time, well, never give up on love and keep cracking them jokes. Love you. Oh, ring, 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 ring. Hello? Yes, Little Edie. How's it going up there? Or, I don't know where you are right now, but we miss you loads. Yes. Have we seen the documentary Grey Gardens? Of course, honey. I even have Return to Grey Gardens. I have both of them. And I have the soundtrack by the Maisley Brothers. Yes, they recorded you secretly. Well, no, they issued a book. Yes, I have the book. You didn't know they issued a book? Little Edie. How's your mom doing? What? They harvest organs up in heaven as well? Cha. Well, what do you do against it? Oh, you wear a turban with a brooch. To protect yourself. Oh, the brooch has magical powers up there? It's the best costume for the day. You understand. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, they're watching. It's a live stream. Yes. What should I tell them? Little Edie says to always wear a turban with a brooch when you're out and about because it has magical powers. I said it. Okay. All right, sweetie. Yes, okay. Have fun up there. All right, sweetie darling. Love you loads. Love you loads. Love ya. Okay, bye. Ciao, 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 ciao. Little Edie, gotta love her. See ya. This phone call was not real, obviously. Gotta say it just for safety purposes. Love you loads. Take care. Subscribe. If they're thank you for becoming a member, Didi Bean. Hey, Garsimpa. Hey, Selena. Oh, thank you for the super chat, eh?
$2,29 super chat from Air Sompa Okamoni.
Let me shift back to the Senna. I think I have never filmed a crazier video than this one. This is insane. Like I'm telling you, if this video doesn't get me canceled, nothing will. What was this thing? Like, I'm all over the place. This video was like, what gives? Hey, Maria Marusi. Hey, Selena. Hey, Tanisha. Hey, Jen Horror. And hey, Ann Chambers. Magical Turban, right? Is this? Oh my gosh, let me write that down. I have my little magical booklet here where I've been writing down ideas for emojis. I mean, we could do the Grey Gardens Little Edie. I mean, she didn't really wear a turban, but it looked like a turban, and she put a brooch on it. Let me put that as an option, right? Like, you know what I mean? Let me just write it down. Yeah, we'll go. Edie turban with brooch emoji idea to protect you from organ harvesting. Like, we'll go. I mean, I can't. Can't be more insane than filming a live stream, P. You want to pee during a live stream? No, that's a different app, Selena. That's only friends, for lack of a better word. Ann Chambers, David Anderson, fellow left hand. Yeah, I am left-handed. And Carrie says, magical turban power activate. And oh, how wonderful to receive a phone call from little Edie. And Dada Dozy. Oh, never noticed you were left-handed too. Yes, I is. Let me just note that we did the jewelry. Now, listen, I have another little thing to talk about because you know how, listen, let me film this. You know how the more time passes and the more you have the feeling that people are really rude? You feel it in the air. You know, like Phil Collins would say, feel it in the air tonight. Well, even during the daytime, people are just rude. Well, it happens that, you know, people have been noticing that the ones that are more dressed up, you know, you're wearing branded shirts, a branded bag, yada, yada. Then you go to a grocery store and you behave ratchet. Well, the internet folk have been talking. So apparently somewhere in Asia, a lady has been spotted wearing branded stuff from head to toe, from the Chanel 22 bag. I'm going to show you the lady. The Chanel bag, Prada, Fendi, Dior stuff, dressed from head to toe, but then behaved really ratchetly at the grocery store. So the internet community of the world has spoken. Somebody photographed her and posted her to social media, and now that thing went viral, and we're going to talk about it. But first, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already here on the tubes. You can push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today, get access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon. Super Dagoball spelled together there as well. Thank you to my members of bitches already pledged. The video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week. You're all welcome to join. Hello to my co-chattors. Listen, what's the term that was coined in Asia, I believe, for the internet population? The internet populace. What's it called? The netizens, like citizens of the net, citizens of internet. Netizens. So apparently the netizens have photographed this lady from the back so the identity is protected. Let's cue in the lady. Let me shift to the side and show you. There she goes. Now, listen, this is the ratchet behavior. So the lady has a 22 Chanel bag. I don't know what they said about the shirt. It was either Prada or Dior. And then she also had some shoes were like Prada or Dior. But anyway, she was like dressed in luxury fashion. And she was basically caught squishing cherries from a container where the cherries have been sealed, closed. So like you have to buy it ready, made. Like the container with the cherries is sealed. They're already cleaned, I guess. And you buy that container. You don't open it before you pay it. And then you can open it and eat the cherries. So somebody photographed her opening this sealed packet of cherries and going through them hand by hand, each cherry squishing to see if it is ripe enough or if it's too ripe, if it's too, if it bayad, if it not bayad. And so she was squishy. But anyway, she landed on the internet because everybody's now calling her out and saying, this is so rude. Like you're acting all bougie with the branded expensive stuff, but then you're behaving subpar in a grocery store. Now, they actually in the article about this and on social media, they use other words. They use words like tasteless, tacky, out of touch. I mean, I'm not the type of person who likes to use words like tasteless. I made a whole video about taste, and to me, it's a bad word for our vocabulary. But in the actual article, they say exactly what she's wearing: Prada shirt, Chanel bag, and Chanel shoes. There you go. And this happened in Singapore. And they were also, so some of the comments underneath the social media platforms where this photo has been posted, people are very concerned. First world problems, I say. Please don't be like this auntie at cold storage. An anonymous participant shared with a Complaint Singapore Facebook group. Oh, it's a Complaint Singapore Facebook group. She opened the pre-packaged cherry boxes and started squeezing them one by one, the post claimed, wearing a Prada shirt, carrying Chanel bag and Chanel shoes, but her behavior is so low class. Now, I have a problem with this, and this is maybe because it's an Asian article and there's like a different understanding of class in certain countries, but I really, this irked me a lot when I read this article because I'm like, what are you implying here? First of all, classicism is disgusting and vile. First of all, Miss Thing from netizen population. Second thing, you're implying that whatever that lower class is, I do believe that you're placing under lower class human beings who earn less than you. Well, newsflash for you, superficial amoeba. Okay, somebody who earns less than you is not lower class than you. They're just earning less than you. They can have a way higher class than you, even if they're earning less than you. Okay? I'm so annoyed by these people always defining you by your money. It's so annoying and so degrading. And then implying that lower class, as in lower earning populace, would behave this way. But because she has more money, she's an upper class. So how dare she behave like a lower class citizen? What are you implying here? That somebody with less money doesn't have education, doesn't know how to behave, doesn't know how to behave in a supermarket, in a grocery store? Honey, take several seats. Because when I read an article so dumb as this one, I get really upset. And I get upset because I'm not the dumb idiot who's going to be squishing cherries because I'm lower class or higher class. But I will be that person that will educate you. And it's going to, in my class, you're going to sit right at the back and you're going to have to repeat the class and you're going to have to learn over and over and over again until it gets out of your head There is no such thing as class. Okay? And taste. Oh, this is in good taste. This is in poor taste. This is so, you know what's in poor taste? This article and the way it's written. And it gets even worse. This article continues by quoting another comment saying, "We are a first world country occupied by people with a third world mentality." Again, you're implying that third world countries do not know how to behave in a grocery store situation, that they behave like animals. This is so vile. I cannot believe that somebody allowed this to go into print or to be published online. Netizens. Are you kidding me? This is so embarrassing for whoever wrote this article. Somebody else said, a real disgraceful act is we're not supposed to open up the packages. To her, she felt nothing wrong with it and just did it in broad daylight. Needs to be shamed. If she has kids, I pity them as she's teaching all the wrong social etiquette. Social etiquette? You want to talk about social etiquette and you're writing this crap online publicly and you think that's okay? And you want to educate somebody else about social etiquette? How about you look in the mirror first? How about you take a good long look in the mirror, you blubber butt? What do you see? That's lack of etiquette. That's lack of class and sophistication. That's the problem. You are the problem. You are the problem. So you have to start changing first and foremost. And then maybe, just maybe, the world will also follow and become a better place to live in. But as long as there's people like you out there judging everybody they see for no reason whatsoever, this world has no future. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. But honey, I have an opinion. I have an opinion. All of y'all's a pahoka players out there trying to tell others how to behave, what to do. Oh, your behavior is like third world country. You see how just saying that, oh my God, it's so dehumanizing. Really, I am appalled. Appalled. Anyway, that's that. I hope you understood. And as for this lady, yes, for, out of hygienic reasons alone, this is quite bad. Especially if these are pre-washed and she picks out the ones she likes and then she closes it and puts the little plastic thing back and she touched them. If somebody else comes and eats them and she touched them, her fingers might have been dirty. Who knows what she was touching before? So obviously what she's doing is not cool, but it is also not cool to say that what she is doing is something that a third world country person would do. Or that this is something that a lower class citizen would do. Because obviously somebody with more money, if these clothes are authentic, they might not be. Okay? So if these clothes are authentic, and if she did shell out, $20,000 on a total look from Chanel/Prada, then you can definitely, the proof is in the pudding. Even people with more money behave like this. So you cannot say, oh, this is behavior of third world countries. No, it's not. How dare you? Might I remind you that Napoleon himself, Mr. Upper Class, did not bathe. When he would go to war and he would be coming back home, he would let note come to Josephine at least 15 to 20 days before his return home to tell her, stop bathing, Josephine. I want you to marinate in your own juices. Oh yeah, talk about sophistication. Let that marinate for a minute. Love you loads. See you soon. Subscribe. We'll go. So anyway. Oh, Monarch, thank you so much, my love.
Monarque donated $10. Thanks to the Coben the Bunker family for making my Saturdays brighter.
Papa Cherry. There you go. Ring, ring, ring. Oh, God. Hello? Josephine. Well, I never. So, it's been a while, Josephine. How's it going? Wherever you are now with Napoleon. You what? You broke up with Napoleon? Well, what do you say? Why did you break up with him? Oh, he was a munchkin? Yeah, we know he was very little. Too small for you? Like, small in all the wrong places? Smaller? Uh-huh. Oh, he wasn't small in all the places, but just... Oh, the mentality was small. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you were watching the segment? Was I spot on about him telling you not to take a shower and wash and stuff? Bathe. Sorry, there was no shower back in the day. Yeah. Ew, really? He made you? No. More than 20 days? Well, how did you last? I mean, isn't the pudenda, you know what I mean? Well, after 20 days, I mean, you know what I mean? With all the corsets and the skirts and... Yes, I know you had the neo-imperial style and you were a little bit looser down there. No pun intended. Yeah. Oh my gosh, really? Oh, what a travesty. You didn't know if for supper you were eating cheese or if you were smelling cheese. Oh God, no, Josephine, that is just, listen, I know you come from another time, but like this type of conversation, we don't have it during live streams. No, we can't talk about cheesy bits. No, the viewers get upset. Yes, viewers can't take it. It's 2023, Josephine. Yes, hundreds of years have passed. We don't talk about cheesy bits. What should we talk about instead? Well, I don't know. Like we talk, the pleasantries, we curtsy in a different way nowadays. Like, for example, the boring people talk about the weather. Yes, you would start a conversation by saying, oh, lovely weather we have today. No, you do not start a conversation talking about the smell of the cheese of your husband. No, you talk about the weather, Josephine. The weather outside, like clouds or sun. Exactly. Yeah, you say like, oh, it's a sunny day. Uh-huh. Oh, it's not a sunny day for you? Oh, they would never let you out on a sunny day because other guys would flirt with you? So what did you do? Oh, you spent your days locked up in a cheesy... Okay, there you go with the cheese again. Josephine, I told you no more cheese talk. No, seriously. Listen, Josephine, we just got memberships rolling in. I gotta say thank you for the members. Maybe we'll talk later, all right? Go take a shower, girl. Seriously, I can smell you through the phone. All right, bye. Ciao, 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 ciao. Wacky Cookies gifted 5 Super Dick memberships. Marlo Noors was gifted a membership by Wacky Cookies. Linda S. was gifted a membership by Wacky Cookies. Tanisha was gifted a membership by Wacky Cookies. Elizabeth was gifted a membership by Wacky Cookies. Oshi G was gifted a membership by Wacky Cookies. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you. Tina, wash that bush. Wacky Cookies is our Sith Lord, says Diana. You best believe. Oh my gosh, you guys. Talking with Josephine from Napoleon. Riva na budget, I can smell you through the phone. I gotta wash this now. She was a ratchet, that filthy mouth. We gotta wash this phone. Let me tell you. Napoleon reportedly wrote a letter to his wife, Josephine, saying, don't wash for 3 days. Yeah, that's what I just said, Steph. It was 15 days, but yes. He was very fetishy. Fishy. Ah, you see what I did there? Fed fishy. And anyway, spray some D&G on that bush, right? Oh my God, I'm going to get... This is like the cancellation live stream. Like, let's try to do everything we can to get canceled, this live stream. How about that, y'all? So anyway, this is... Anyway, Josephine has some serious projection and silage. Oh my God, Bible, that's a good one. Very perfume talk of you. This is why the French invented perfume. It's the horse bath. You know what I mean? No water, but just like spray it on, honey, and cover up the stench. Oh, lovely, Nat. You just had sushi. Lovely. Lovely. What a great segue. What a great segue. Speaking of segues, we've been having segues for weeks now with Cosette, haven't we? I believe it is time for us to have an update. What say you? Let's, my nostril is itchy after all the cheese talk. Don't do this at home, you guys, with pointy objects. I just do it to not ruin the makeup, but I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. Not. I'm a professional. Not. Okay. Oh. All right. Let's record this thing. Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We got ourselves an update with the Cosette situation. Really quickly, let's just kind of put everything together from the past weeks. Go check out all my videos. It's been a turmoil. It's been a lot, okay? A lot has been happening with Cosette. So, what's the gist? They sell luxury products from luxury brands, mostly bags, at a lower price than you would buy them at the boutiques. So basically you could buy, Prada bags, Yves Saint Laurent bags, all allegedly new and allegedly authentic for a lower price in Sydney, Australia. They have a local physical store there, but you could also order stuff online. And people have been buying. Influencers have been sponsoring and sponsored. And mistakes allegedly have been made because people kind of buying bags from them, letting them get authenticated by third parties, seem to have allegedly been receiving certificates of non-authenticity, meaning the bags... Some of the bags that people have been buying have allegedly been coming back as non-authentic from authentication websites, and so on and so forth. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged and just my opinion. So more and more the scandal grew, more influencers talked about it, threats have been made. Allegedly Cosette threatened an influencer and content creator, luxury content creator on YouTube, to take down the video that they made sharing their experience with purchasing from Cosette online. And they took the video down because they were scared of legal repercussions. And then other influencers making videos promoting Cosette, and then people watching those videos, buying bags from Cosette, receiving alleged fakes. It's a mess. Then the news took wind of this in Australia. So several news outlets have been reporting about the situation with Cosette. Then Cosette closed its doors for a day, then reopened. Now apparently they're accepting only returns if you go materially to the store in Sydney. Then they will allegedly accept the return, no questions asked, give you money. But you got a problem, apparently, if you are overseas or if you're not in Sydney and you cannot travel to Sydney to bring the bag back that you purchased at Cosette, because they're apparently not responding anymore to emails. They're apparently not accepting returns unless you're not going materially to the store. I don't even know where they get the money anymore to pay all these people back that are going to the store. Apparently over 200 complaints about Cosette have been reported within like just a couple of days after the news broke. And so I always forget the name of the Australian Fair Trade Commission, something. I guess they got enough complaints to warrant a search of the premises at Cosette. So then the news were reporting about the controllers arriving at Cosette to inspect the premises. They have not issued a verdict what they found, whether or not they found authentic products or not. Cosette has this special standard of duty-free, which apparently in Australia is given to only the highest standard retailers that can prove authenticity and origin of their products, which is kind of sketchy if you think about it, because how can you prove authentic or origin of a product if the product isn't authentic? Everything's alleged, of course. But then we had another update with another content creator on YouTube, Fleur Sharp. Now, I know I've been talking behind the scenes with Fleur since then, and Fleur said, oh my God, the way you pronounce my name is hilarious. All my friends are not pronouncing it that way. Well, tell me how to pronounce your name otherwise, but I just love the French version of Fleur. So anyway, Fleur is amazing. She had the guts to go to YSL and take the bag that she got from Cosette, a YSL Lulu. She took the YSL Lulu camera bag she got at Cosette. She took it to a YSL boutique in Brisbane. And the store manager was also awesome. He allegedly let her film and compare the bag they have in store at the YSL boutique and the Lulu camera bag, the same model. And they compared her Cosette purchased bag and the one in the YSL store side by side, and she's like showing the differences between the two bags, the differences between the paper that comes with the bag indicating the product number, and there's a lot of differences, like, which makes you think either one is outlet quality or a fake, allegedly. Now, that particular video caused quite a stir on my channel because we learned quite a lot from that video in terms of YSL authentication and how the tags within the bag function, what those numbers stand for. We've also learned that those are not authenticity codes, but rather model number codes, as well as date codes when the bags were produced. So hence, that means they're not unique numbers in every bag, which means you can have several bags of the same model having the same number inside of them if they were produced in the same date. We learned that as well. But here's the update, several updates. One update, Fleur contacted me and also left a wonderful comment underneath that live stream, which I've pinned to the top of my live stream, of my latest live stream right before this one. So you can read that comment. It's a lengthy comment. Actually, I can also maybe read a little part of that comment that Fleur left, because what is really fascinating is one particular part of the comment where she touches base on specifics, in particular the specificity of how these bags apparently are treated at Cosette and how the authenticity certificates are treated at Cosette, allegedly. So basically, Fleur is part of a Facebook group where other ladies and gents are a part of that have been purchasing from Cosette, and they're sharing information. They're trying to figure out what's happening, right? And so Fleur commented, and I'm trying to find the comment now on my channel. Let me just... All right, here it is. Here's another little nugget for you, says Fleur. In the Facebook group I started, Are They For Real? That's the Facebook group. And also, I'm going to post a link to Fleur's YouTube channel down below, so be sure to subscribe to the lovely lady. She's really awesome. And she's on top of things. Like, even the way she wrote the comment under my video, like with paragraphs and everything, I see that this lady, she's precise. She's meticulous. She's not the type of person who, you know, just like me, like a slob. I answered her a huge answer, but all just like in one paragraph. Really hard to read, my answer. But hers is really beautifully written with separations between paragraphs and all. So she says, one of the members posted a screenshot of a text conversation with the authentication company Cosette used, confirming that every authentication they have ever done for Cosette is now void. Listen to this. Because they have proof that Cosette sent them authentic bags to authenticate, then sent a copy of that same authentication with every fake bag they sold of that style. I have to add allegedly, obviously, to this. Now, let that sink in for a second. So basically, what does this mean? This means like you send, I don't know, here's an example. Here, my Poche Toilette 15 from Louis Vuitton, purchased at Louis Vuitton, just to be very clear, authentic, over 10 years ago. Love this little baby to bits. So let's say Cosette is selling this, allegedly. They send this off for authentication. Authentication comes back as authentic. Then Cosette keeps this, but orders a bunch of fakes and has 20 of them and sells those off with the certificate they got for this bag, allegedly. So this is now where we're at. Now, if this is the case, if this is what's going on, and if this can be proven, then Cosette is in big trouble. If this is true. Nobody is saying that it is. This is just speculation and allegations. Now, nothing more, and I love how Fleur goes on and says, another member has done a deep dive into the owners of the business and all the related companies. It's murky and complicated. She said she alleged there could be money laundering behind this. I've also got the journalist who broke the story in the Sydney Morning Herald in my group, and another who's currently working on a follow-up story for a current affair. Then I'm invited to join as well. Thank you so much, Fleur, for inviting me. All the girls are spicy and hell-bent. Well, you can read the rest of the comment. It's live under my live stream, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. Anyway, but I love how she says then, nothing more dangerous than a pissed-off woman with who's been sold an allegedly fake bag. I love how spicy Fleur is. By the way, the photos of your cooking, delish. Anyway, so, and then Fleur also says, oh, and can one of your faithful find you one of those button things that screams allegedly every time you push it? How fun would that be? Could you imagine having a little button saying, allegedly, allegedly? I'll do you one better. I think we're going to create an allegedly emoji for the members. What say you? But the news don't end here. Another dear friend of mine today, hey sweetie, how's it going, who lives in Sydney, did me a great favor and sneakily passed by Cosette today and sent me a video clip. Would you care to see how it looks in front of Cosette today? We got the insider scoop. This is a Super Dacob exclusive. So this happened like in the late afternoon, early evening. You know, he passed by the store and was kind of filming secretly. So we get to see the situation in front of Cosette. Mind you, apparently early in the morning when they open the store, there's a queue of people waiting. You know, they want to get their money back. And then throughout the day, the queue gets smaller as the people of that day are done with their exchanges, allegedly. So he was passing by a little bit later in the day, okay? Are you ready to play the little video? It's just a short little video, just like walking by Cosette. But I think it's really interesting to see this video because A, for us who are not in Sydney, it really puts into perspective the architecture, like how this space looks like where is Cosette situated? How does the street look like where Cosette is? What are the buildings surrounding it? These are things we don't see on television when the news reports about Cosette, because when the news reports about Cosette, they always film just like the facade and people coming in and out. But I want to see like what surrounds it. You know what I mean? Like, is it like some ratchet area? No, we've been told that Cosette is like in the center of city. So Let me move to the side and let's get ready for today's video. Super Deco Fashion Bunker exclusive. All right, hit it, Bubbles. Okay, so we can play this in loop. Okay, there it is. So you see, there's still people in the later afternoon waiting in line. You see, they're still waiting to come in. Cosette has now implemented a security guard. I've covered up the faces for safety purposes. There's a security guard. The face is blurred out. We don't want to out anybody, of course. And this is the buildings. And you can see this like really tall skyscraper building next to it. Like this is the center of town, you guys. A lot of little stores next to each other. Cosette has one, I want to say online two, what is it? Three? They have like two. They got two windows. So the store, no, three, duty tax free. 1, 2, 3. I think they have 4 windows in this particular area. So it's quite a big, substantial size for a store, you guys. And then on the opposite, there seems to be like a little, like opposite street, there seems to be like a little bar, a little location. The ladies waiting in front of the store do not seem very happy to me. They're like, oh gosh, what are they going? And then the security guard is like explaining like, hey, you can or cannot. I don't know what he's saying to them or she, but you see there's a little bar there on this side. Tracy B says, wait, they are still operating and selling? Yes, Tracy B. Tracy B in the chats. Yes, allegedly they are still open for business. You can still buy stuff there. And they are apparently still accepting returns from stuff that you've purchased if you want your money back, but you have to go physically to the store to get a return. And yeah, the store is still open. By the way, Cosette is still claiming that they are not selling fake bags. They are still claiming that they have not sold any fake bags. They are still claiming that they are a legit business. They are still claiming that that nothing shady happened, that they sourced the bags from legitimate sources, that the bags are authentic. Okay, just for transparency and for fairness, I'm saying this because that's their statement. They have not changed their statement yet, as of now, as I'm filming. So we're still in that process, in that delicate process of a situation like this, where it's kind of their word against the word of other people, of consumers. But it's like it hasn't gone in front of, let's say, a jury or a trial or a judge. So it's not like legally there has been a verdict yet about this situation. So right now in this process where I don't even know of any class action lawsuit being planned out, I don't know if anybody's going to take them to court or not. None of this is in the news as of now. As of now, it's just kind of people gathering information about what's happening with Cosette. And on Cosette's end, they are trying to keep business as usual. So is this situation going to kind of just fade out and we're all going to forget about this and it's going to be business as usual in a month or two? Or is this going to escalate and is somebody going to push this further into a legal sphere where potential, lawsuits happen? If it goes into the legal sphere and somebody sues somebody for whatever reason, then we might actually one day possibly come to a conclusion where a court of law or a jury decides whether or not these products were authentic or not. But up until that moment happens, all we have is kind of, oh, your word against mine and vice versa, and allegations. But this is a really interesting situation because it would open up a bigger conversation onto a lot of things. I mean, the conspiracy theories alone behind all of this, like, are those bags that look like they're fake, are they in reality authentic, but just outlet standard? And if so, do the brands know that they're being manufactured? Because the brands own their own outlets. And if the brands know that these bags are being manufactured, do the brands actually sell these bags to Cosette? If so, why aren't the brands saying anything? Why aren't the brands stepping out and officially and publicly saying, hey guys, stop, spreading all this information about Cosette. We sold them the bags. They're authentic. They're just subpar quality. Allegedly. You know what I mean? Why aren't the brands saying anything? Are the brands hiding something? This opens up another can of worms. Is the authentic market and non-authentic market, are they both run by the brands themselves? And I've made a video about this topic several times. I've made several videos about this topic. Are the luxury brands actually behind the counterfeit market? Question mark. If you watch the Gucci movie, so I've been told, I did not watch it because I really don't care for people trying to imitate Italian accent while all they do is speak in a Russian accent. House of Gucci, more like House of Matryoshka. But I digress. In that movie, they claim that Gucci back in the day was running the fake market. They were profiting off of the fake market. So now it's more like the House of Matryoshka, okay, thanks to the starlet. But anyway, ring, 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 ring. Oh, hello? Oh, it's you. You live for the applause, applause, applause. Yeah, I know you live for, I know, honey. Don't we know it? You even tried to steal the show from Liza Minnelli at the Oscars. Yes, you did. Stop yelling. No, I'm sorry. There's not 100 people in the room and only one believes in you. No, right now there's one person in this room and it doesn't believe in you. Okay, Miss Thing? Yes, and there's more than 100 people watch. How dare you? No, there's more than 100 people watching. Of course there is. Don't be a snob. Yes, you lost a lot of weight. Sure, you look fabulous. Very Ozempicish. You know what I mean? Like I usually in the middle of the night, I say, you know what? I'm a little bit peckish. I'm a peckish. Then I scavenge in the fridge. I eat the sweets. I eat the cookies. But you, honey, lately you've been looking like you're Ozempicish. You know what I mean? No, you look beautiful. Of course you do. You always look beautiful. Come on. That's not the point. No, that's besides the point. Oh, you're angry because I said your accent was Russian? Well, you should have taken diction classes. That was not Italian. No, senti, se vuoi possiamo parlare in italiano, eh? Ti piace? Allora dimmi qualcosa in italiano, dai. Fammi sentire come parli l'italiano. Vai, dai, di qualcosa. Di qualcosa. Ah, non sai dire niente? Hai capito? È brava. E vedi? E allora state zitta, va? Ah, ciao, vai, ciao, 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 ciao. And that's how the 100 people in the room start believing in you. So there you have it. Anyway, we'll go. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And let me know your thoughts. I mean, by the way, this was a fake telephone call. This isn't even a real phone. Everything was just improv. Thank you very much. Love the groundlings. But let me know, seriously, I mean, now on a serious note, like, do you think that the brands are behind this? I mean, at this point, I would not be surprised. Like, no matter what happened, nothing would surprise me, basically is what I'm saying. I would not be surprised. Even if it turns out that like the brands were behind this. And if the brands are not behind this, then yay, there's still hope for humanity. Let me know your thoughts. And how do you think it's going to play out with Cosette also, allegedly? Love you loads. Subscribe and thumb up the video. Bye. The brands have lost the trust I've had in them for decades, Rachel says. Yeah, Patricia says, but your Italian was not fake. So sexy, Jacob. Grazie, Patrizia. Linda says, I do think they are behind it. You know, we'll go, hey, Audrey. Audrey. Girl. How are you? How are you? And I'm not going to say anything else. You know what I mean. House of Louis. Hey, sweetie. Good to see you back. Wait, are you shaved? Is that head shaved now? Cha, what you going through? Tanisha, Pinks. Yes, the brands have a hand in the faux market, of course, says Wacky Cookies. Kaya says, if the Randys are behind the scandal, they are succeeding. Luna Marinelli. What about Mel, Jacob? I didn't want to mention Mel in the video because we have no update. Do you guys have an update? I don't have an update on Mel. As far as I know, she did not make any comments yet, but maybe I missed out an update. Let me know. Also, what I wanted to say is I wanted to post the video that we shot about the YSL bags in the last live stream. I wanted to post it as a separate video, but then because like there's a lot of mistakes in that video because like we started off thinking that those codes are in the bags are authenticity codes, but they're not. They are indeed. So should I film this as a separate segment? Well, anyway, what I wanted to say is those codes inside the bag are not authenticity codes. They are product stamps with date stamps in them, right? So we kind of learned that throughout the video, and I find out myself throughout the video that those are not, in fact, authenticity codes. So you guys seem to have loved that segment a lot, and I wanted to post it as a separate video. But then I'm kind of a little bit worried that people are going to be like, without seeing the full context of the entire live stream, that people are going to say like, you're so dumb, you didn't do your research. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not specialized in all these brands. You know, to be perfectly honest with you, you guys, whoever tells you that they are specialized in authenticating every single luxury brand, I would be very worried. I would not trust them. You know why? Because it takes a lot of time to be able to just kind of navigate yourself through one brand and authenticating it and learning about it. But imagine somebody claiming that they can authenticate like 30 brands. I wouldn't trust them because I know how it is just to learn one brand. Like in my case with Chanel, I've been collecting Chanel for decades, and I can tell you, it's a constant learning process. It's really, really hard to authenticate Chanel. It's really hard to understand how things evolve through time. You need to have the products in hand. You need to have been buying from the boutiques for years to have certainty of owning authentic pieces in your collection because you have purchased them yourself from the Chanel boutiques, building up knowledge about these pieces to then be able to say after many, many years, okay, you know, I feel like I know in which direction it goes when something is authentic or not. So I have absolutely no problem saying to you guys, I'm not the person to ask to authenticate a Prada bag, a YSL bag, a Fendi bag, because I'm just not interested in them that much. You know what I mean? Like, I like them. I like some of them, but they're not a passion of mine. I don't have the time to focus and learn the obsessive details of all of these brands in order to be able to say with some sort of comfort, oh, I know how to authenticate that. No, absolutely not. But so having said that, I'm kind of worried that that video, if posted outside of the context of the live stream, might come off as, oh my gosh, he's a total idiot. Like he has no clue what he's talking about. So I don't know how to, if I should phrase it differently, like add another segment. Maybe now I should record a little extra segment, audio segment with you guys explaining the situation and then add that segment in front of the video and then post the video, just to make people understand like, hey, this video was a learning process. Like we learned a lot watching it and filming the video because the chats were super helpful. While I was recording the segment, you guys were doing research and typing in the chats and saying, oh, Deco, by the way, there's this and then there's this. You remember, I mean, whoever watched the live stream last Wednesday, you remember we had this really, really intense exchange of information. It was like so amazing. And then we came to some really good conclusions. And we learned a lot. So anyway, we'll go. So Audrey, how are you? Never trust a company person that authenticates using photos alone. Photos are deceiving. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. Mo says, oftentimes the sales associates of the brands aren't even capable of authorized to authenticate their products. Good point. Gotcha Boom says, the only bag I can authenticate is maybe a spy bag. What are you trying to say there? Audrey says to Selena, he's a dream, love. Honestly, best little boy in the world on cloud 9. Are you okay? Oh, good, Audrey. So are you okay? Is everything okay? Patricia says, yes, do an intro. Okay. Explain that to add context. Okay. All right. Could you label it as the story of how we learned that? You mean to put that in the title, it would not get clicks. People don't care if it's like an educational thing. You have to make a title that stimulates in a different way. There's a whole science to creating titles on YouTube. They don't have to be clickbait. The title should offer what the content is going to talk about, but you have to phrase the title in a way that actually makes people want to click on the title. Don't forget, you guys, with every single day that passes, there's hundreds and hundreds of new content creators starting a new channel on YouTube. That means you have a lot of competition. And so the YouTube algorithm puts you in a position where with every passing day, it's harder for you to cut out a piece of that cake for yourself. You have to be very clever how you phrase your titles. We'll drop you a message later in the group chat. Okay, we're all okay though. Just doing a feed. Oh, thank God. Okay, good. Okay. The baby's going tit shopping. Livid ferret. Ann Chambers says, good to know. Lucky Dog says, I would still post it. It was an interesting discussion despite how it ended up. No, it ended up great. Like we learned something brand new. But it starts off with me thinking that those stamps inside the bags are authenticity codes. But they're not. And we find out throughout the video that they are not. So it's a definite learning curve. But I don't want people to like kind of be like, oh God, you're so dumb, you know? I mean, it's fine if people think I'm dumb, but I'm like, why hand it on a silver platter to them? At least give some context, you know what I mean? Watch me uncover a scam. Oh, Patricia, that's not a bad one. Let me photograph that. That's not, you know what? We'll go. Let me take a pizza. Just so I can remember that title. Audrey says, oh, I read that one. Luna says, maybe explain that it was the chat being interactive. I don't know. It was so fun being a part of it, Jacob. It was a lot of fun because it was really interactive. We all got to research together, and it would like you literally see the strength of the community because we rise to the occasion. We figured it out, and now we know more. Now we know a lot about actually YSL bags. We really do. Oh, hey, MC. They're the likes that people almost 2 times watch. Where are the likes? Oh, yeah. Can you guys live stream? We've got 300 people watching. Can you guys live stream? I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Totally brain dead. Can you guys thumb up the live stream? It really helps out the algorithm a lot. And let me just then quickly film this segment. Let me film this little introduction. Yeah, I think it's important. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll post the video as a separate, because a lot of you have been commenting under that live stream saying, Jacob, this was a lot of fun. It was amazing. So let's record a little intro just to give it context. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back. Sorry, it's not done yet. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. I'm about to show you a video explaining a lot of intricacies when it comes to authentication of bags, when it comes to bags purchased from Cosette, when it comes to authentication of said bags, and comparison of said bags with the really, really for sure authentic ones that are found in the boutiques, in particular YSL. Fleur Sharp is the content creator that shared with us a wonderful video on her channel. I'm going to post her channel down below, where she takes a bag from Cosette, YSL bag, Lulu camera bag that she bought at Cosette, and she takes it to an Yves Saint Laurent or a Saint Laurent boutique where the store manager allowed her to film. And the store manager also showed her the same bag, the Lulu camera bag from the Saint Laurent boutique, and they put them side by side and compared the one she got from Cosette with the one that was available at the Saint Laurent boutique. So in the video you're about to see, I analyze all the photos and the pictures that Fleur shared with us. And we learned a lot from that video, but I just want to let you know the context of that video. It was a learning process. The video begins with me thinking that the leather tags inside the bag with codes in them, that those are authenticity codes, which are similar to the codes that you find in Chanel bags now on the metal plaques that are inside the newer bags or in the older bags on stickers and on the authenticity cards that look like credit cards. Throughout the video, however, we learn that those are not authenticity stamps. Those are indeed model numbers together with the date of production. This means that there can be 10 bags of the same style that have the exact same codes inside of them because they're all the same model and they've all been made on the same date. Now, at the beginning of the video, I misunderstand that because I thought those were authenticity codes instead of them being model numbers plus date codes. So just for full transparency, my bad, my mistake. I've learned a lot thanks to you guys because the video was filmed live during my live stream. So the chat, you're going to see throughout the video as we are building up the suspense of all of this video. We're doing our research live. People are Googling information, finding photos. Emails have been sent live while I'm talking about this topic, and people have been sending authenticity certificates. I mean, it is an insane video. It's a wonderful learning curve. For me, definitely, I've learned so much about Yves Saint Laurent bags thanks to this video, and thanks to Fleur, and thanks, most importantly, to you guys who always watch, who are always super dedicated to getting to the truth. Because bottom line, that's all that matters. So I do hope that my explanation now puts a little bit more context and framework to this video. And now, enjoy this thriller of a suspenseful video that we just shot a couple of days ago. Enjoy. Was that okay, you guys? I don't know. Like, we'll go, or it was like... Was it okay? I guess so. I don't know. Coco's mommy, I myself, along with tons of other people, also thought it was a point of reference for authenticity. Coco's mommy, I honestly, like hand on heart, that's exactly what I thought it was. But we learned better. We know better. We do better. Okay, it was perfect. It was good. Okay, good. Thanks. Thank you, guys. And you know how it is. If people then come for me in the comment section, they come for me anyway. What can I tell you? Thank you, Ed. Hi, Ed. Ed Brown says it was great. Oh, hi, Melissa. Hey. Hey, Alaya. Hey, Eufin. I didn't see you before. Hey, Patricia Casey, Shanita, Linda S., Natalie Gauthier, Divana Budget. Hi, guys. Steph's Adventures and Fab Finds. I once had a lover that was Spanish, and he taught English in Russia part of the year. Da amore, we're never above learning something new. Yes, child, you're doing great. Thank you so much, sweetie. Hey, Basic Caucasian, how's it going? It was more than okay, it was great. Thank you, Linda S. Okay, Audrey wants Donatella Versace. So do you want me to do Donatella Versace trying to speak English? Or do you want me to do Donatella Versace speaking Italian? Which one is it going to be, Audrey? Oh, yeah, it's definitely an unfinished investigation to be continued. Yeah. This is my first time in the live. I'm so happy. Oh, Patricia Casey, I'm glad you're here with us. I hope you're having fun. You guys, I have another topic for you. It is the bomb. And maybe a lot of you already know about this. But the next topic is going to be I'm really kind of sad about it. Again, it goes again. It's about authentication. But this one, I was shocked. But thumb up the live stream and let me see. Audrey says, oh, that's a tough choice. Italian. Oh, you want Donatella speaking in Italian? Con il naso, eh? Con il naso, perché lei parla un po' così, un po', perché ha il naso chiuso. Donatella Versace. Ragazze! This was when Dua Lipa, who was wearing Versace? The two chicks, Dula Peep and somebody else. And then like they made a little skit and then Donatella jumps on stage and tells them, and then she rips off part of Dula Peep's skirt. Was it Cardi B and Dula Peep? Oh, I should do Maya Rudolph impersonating Donatella. No, Maya Rudolph is a master at her craft. You can't impersonate Maya Rudolph because she's such a chameleon. She impersonates others, right? It was Dula Peep, right? She pulled off Dula Peep's dress. Was it like at the Music Choice Awards or something like that? It was like a year or two ago. And then she jumped on stage and she was supposed to be like upset that the girls were fighting because both of the girls had the same dress on. And they were like, Donatella told me that I would be the only one wearing this dress. And then the other one was like, she told me I would be the only one wearing that dress. And then they started bickering and fighting. And then Donatella jumps up and says, Ragazze, basta, basta ragazze. With the no. And then she's like, no problem. We could fix it, no problem. We can fix this easy. But put the skirt on. You don't know what she's saying when she's speaking English. She pulls the skirt off, and then like you have a short skirt. It's like, wow, problem solved. And everybody's like, yeah, Donatella, yes, Gwen. Basta, ragazze, basta, basta, basta. You know, with the nasal, basta. I think Donatella is trying to call on the Barbie phone. Oh, ring, 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 ring. Hello? Well, well, if it isn't you, Donatella, if I live and breathe. Ah, vuoi che parli in italiano? Però poi non mi capisce nessuno nella chat. Sì, ti devo parlare in inglese perché se ti parlo in italiano non mi capisce nessuno. Abbiamo 3 persone che parlano italiano nella chat, figurati. Parliamo in inglese, dai. Senti, se vuoi tu parli in italiano, io parlo in inglese, va bene? Facciamo così? Facciamo così? Sì? Ok. All right, so Donatella said I can speak in English. She'll speak in Italian. Because otherwise, a lot of people in the chats don't speak English. So easier to understand if I speak English. So yes. All right. Well, that's very kind of you, Donatella, to let me speak in English. You've had it officially, like detox. You've had it. Detox is a word. Yes. They tried to make you go to rehab, but you said no. Allegedly. Yeah. No. You've had it officially with people making fun of the accent. No, I get it. It's annoying. I know. It's a bit old, the joke. Yes. But you know we only roast you because we love you. Of course. You're like the last living female fashion icon designer legend of the world. Everybody else kicked the bucket. What other women we got left? Well, women, you know. Goddesses. Yes, you are. You're the goddess. Yes, you are. No, you are. Super cute. Yeah. Listen, the only thing that I would tone down a little bit, the heels. Yes, you look gorgeous in heels, but like it's come to a point where every time I see you in heels, like I get heart palpitations. Because they're a little bit too high for. I think you should tone it down a little bit. No, just because I'm worried. No shade. You look fabulous. But then do a Mariah Carey. Wear the heels and let those hunks from Rome, you know what I mean? O ragazzi di vita. Sì, molto Pierpaolo Pasolini. Let the hunky guys in hot underwear carry you out on a chaise longue. Yeah, and you're just sitting there, sexy. with the high heel, you don't move, just like Mariah Carey. They carry you out, you just come out and you grace the world with your presence. And you look at all of us, and you look at the people fighting wars and you say, basta ragazzi, basta, mettetevi Versace. Yeah, dress Versace and be merry. Exactly. That's all. Yeah. No, they love you. They always ask for my impersonations in the chats of Donatella Versace because they love you. There you go. Yes, we all love you very much, okay? All right, sweetie. Take care, sweetie. Sweetie, darling. Love you loads. Okay, ciao, ciao. Ciao, amore. Ciao, 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 ciao. No, 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 no. No, appoggia prima tu. No, prima tu. Fai tu. No. No, io non metto giù prima. Metti giù tu. Dai. No, tu prima. Prima fai tu. Dai. No, tu. Dai. Ciao. 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 Ciao, 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 ciao. Now you know how true Italians really hang up the phone. There you go. Exactly, A. Now you know. This is how Italians hang up. Nobody can really hang up. Hai capito? È incredibile entertainment. Vabbè, grazie, Audrey. So anyway, this is so exciting, my first live chat. I would give you 500 thumbs up if I could. Aw, MWEEINC. Thank you so much, my love. Listen, thumb up the live stream. If you wish to tip your host, you can. Oh, the link is gone, but it doesn't matter because we're going to film. Oh, merch. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I got the pink Live-In Ferret t-shirt on in triple extra large. I love it, really oversized, size queen. So I'm wearing it for the first time today. Look at this, Live-In. And then in the back, we got the ferret. It's super cute. And also because I like it super oversized, so I can turn it around and I can put the back to the front and then the Live-In Ferret. You know what I mean? Super excited. I love the pink. Oh my gosh, it matches the phone. And then this little, little giblet, the little Chanel giblet I have. And then it's a powder pink. It's a ballerina pink, right? But I wanted to show you the Fashionista Barbie package, which is a beauty case. Oh my gosh, I am living for this. And my Ken was in it. I think thank you for the super chat, Chummy.
499 super chat from Chummy Vlog.
Papa Cherry, thank you so much, sweetie. I think this is the most beautiful Ken ever made. I think he's gorgeous. Maria says, oh, Jacob, you really look like an Italian. Thank you. Thank you. Can I ask, what was the origin of the ferret? Oh, Grace Chen, actually, I would suggest you to go to the last live stream. Towards the end of the live stream, I explain exactly that topic in highest detail. Literally just 3 days ago, I explained it. So go to that live stream towards the end of the live stream, and I explain the ferret. I explain the wugo, like everything is explained in Wednesday's live stream towards the end. Anderson, isn't he gorgeous? He's the most beautiful Ken I've ever seen. He's so beautiful. Handsome and beautiful. Yeah, I love him. He's just really, really, really gorgeous. They did a great job. Anyway, it's my favorite Ken. And his sneakers say Ken too at the bottom. Steph's Adventures and Fab Finds. Thank you so much for the super chat.
$20 super chat from Steph's Adventures and Fab Finds.
Papa Cherry. Yes, Quinn, thank you for the super sticker. It's a little pear. Thanks for being you. Thank you, my love. Thank you. Luna Marinelli says, so cute. Yeah, the curls on Ken. I know, he's so cute. I mean, he's just really handsome. They did a great job with Ken. Very tall. The human proportions on him are like a little bit off because nobody has legs. Well, it's Barbie and Ken proportions. They're always very slender, alien-like. And I think it's fabulous. And I love the shirt as well. It's really, really great doll. So anyway, hashtag obsessed or obsessed. Now, sum up the live stream, and I want to talk to you about something really shocking that I found out thanks to Kev just the other day. Kev sent me a link, and I was like, oh my gosh, Kev is one of our members of the Fashion Bunker, but also one of our mods of the Fashion Bunker. And he sent me like this, it's like several links, but like one of them really kind of like girl, I was shooketh. Really shooketh. But Rosanna Navarro, thank you so much for the super chat. Got the living from me. Oh, it's going to read it now. Bubbles is going to read.
HK$38 super chat from Rosanna Navarro. Got the living form t-shirt and the pale pink hoodie my daughter. Can't wait.
Oh my gosh, congratulations. I'm so happy. And thank you so much for getting them. I am live-in ferret for the live-in ferret merch, especially the pink on pink. Oh my gosh, so delicious. I love this. The different hues of pink on top of each other. It's really gorgeous. And I really like them oversized for me. But then, to each their own. So Papa Cherry. So I just wanted to, share with you this. Oh, Leia, thank you so much, sweetie.
Leia donated $2. Love the Ken.
Ken says, thank you. Papa Cherry Ken. Pew. Ken popped the cherry, no pun intended. Rod, where was I? Because I was quite shooketh. Okay. The font of the t-shirt is so beautiful as well. Looks luxurious. Oh, thanks, Thank you very much. Good God, Jacob, your smile is so beautiful. Oh, Anderson. Stop it. You're making me blush. So, Kev. All right. Let's film this. Let's film this baby. Hi everybody, Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. We're going to talk about authentication and Japan and Japanese pre-loved market possibly collapsing and not being trustworthy anymore. This comes as shocking news to me because as a fellow luxury lover and collector of beautiful things and some beautiful brands, I kind of always lived in the reassurance and the hopefulness that there's hope for the luxury world as long as there is Japan and the Japanese pre-loved markets. Because Japan has always benefited from rigorous standards, moral standards, like you would always think, oh, when you buy luxury pre-loved in Japan from Japanese resellers, like it's going to be authentic, they're going to be rigorous in their selection, they're going to be super fair when they describe the product, if it's like fairly used, in good condition, fair condition, pristine condition, like there was always just such a high standard in Japan. And I don't know, I always thought like, oh yeah, you can kind of just like, blind-eyed purchase something from Japan and nobody's going to trick you. Well, Apparently, that's not the case anymore, allegedly. Let's get into it. Subscribe to my channel first if you haven't already. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Decaball spelled together there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, so come join us. Thumb up the live stream if you're enjoying it. Thumb up this video if you're enjoying it. It means the world to me. It helps the channel a lot, and it costs you nothing to thumb up a video. So, one of our fellow members of the Fashion Bunker, also one of the mods of the Fashion Bunker, has sent me a very, very disturbing article. Kev. Hi, Kev. Shout out to Kev, one of our fabulous, fabulous mods and members of the Fashion Bunker. Kev sent me this article written by one of the authentication companies out there. Now, you know what I always say about getting stuff authenticated by third parties. I just personally would never trust anybody. You know, there's never 100% security and certainty about anything. So I'm not endorsing any authentication company out there. I'm just not. Sorry, not sorry. That's just what it is. So I'm not going to say who this company is, who wrote this article, because like I said, I don't endorse any authentication company. And like Enid would say, and then Just Like That, season 2, to Carrie, she's like, if I start talking about one book from one author, I'm going to have to start, endorsing all of the other books of other authors. We're not going to do that. Well said, Enid. Well said. So, but one of these authentication companies has kind of like a website and a blog, and they write about processes and authentication. And they wrote something very alarming and disturbing about, in particular, Chanel pre-loved and how it's treated in Japan, and how certain pre-loved stores trick the system. Now, there's a strict law against counterfeiting. Japanese sellers must have a license to sell luxury goods, reflecting the country's strict stance on counterfeiting. Okay. Bear that in mind, and then bear in mind, if you wanted to use some trickery and sorcery, how would you find a loophole around this very strict law? You would sell authentic bags, but you would alter them. You would pimp them up. You might want to maybe strip them of the leather they came in and redo the exterior leather all over again. Keep the interior as is so that you still call it authentic, but without disclaiming officially to your potential buyers, customers, that the exterior leather is not the leather that the bag was made in originally, but that it has been replaced. This is just one example. So now this authentication website says that this particular person who runs this company has been a collector of Chanel for many years and has been buying pre-loved Chanel and new Chanel for many, many years and knows their stuff, right? Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Everything's alleged, not rooted in any truths or facts, just my opinion, to be very clear. So I'm paraphrasing what they say in their article. And they say that they know, especially vintage Chanel, very well, from the 80s in particular and the 90s. They know when a certain bag was released under a certain authenticity code number. They allege that they know when a certain color combination was made in which year, under which codes was a certain bag combination used, like black lambskin with interior burgundy lining as opposed to interior black lining, which caviar leather or lambskin leather was made in which shape, with which double flap or single flap in what year. like a lot of details like that. Which seasonal bags, which seasonal styles were made when, which style was introduced when, and when was it then discontinued. And the serial numbers also denominate the years of production with Chanel in particular. So certain serial numbers cannot align with certain bag models because those bag models were made either before that serial number was introduced or after. So this particular person is writing and saying they're seeing more and more bags pop up on the Japanese pre-loved luxury market, also from shops that are apparently and allegedly really like high standard with reputation. And this article claims that they have found bags where, for example, the serial number sticker within a certain bag has been peeled off from a small leather good and then put into that bag. And the bag, while it is authentic, the bag might be from the 80s, predating the serial stamp numbers. So, but the reseller, in order to up the price of the bag, would kind of snatch a really, really old serial number from a small leather good and attach it to the bag just to be able to up the price of the bag. That's kind of sneaky because, well, that's not the authentic serial number for that bag. Or in some cases, the interior would be changed because the lining was a little bit damaged and they would redo the lining and the material would be then different or a different colorway. It was black in the past and they would make it burgundy because the current bags do the burgundy interior for the classics so that they could sell the bag for a higher price. They would redo the interior in burgundy instead of in black, for example, but without disclaiming it openly and publicly to the customer that a change has happened of that kind. Retouching, repainting the exterior of the bag. Sometimes they also claim that certain bags are painted in colors that are just more popular at the moment, but sold as vintage, even though in some cases, allegedly, that colorway did not even exist in combination with that specific serial number. So a lot of these examples are in this article and photos as well. And it just kind of got me really worried because I always, it is my understanding that the Japanese pre-loved market for luxury, at least when it comes to Chanel, is like impeccable, impenetrable. Like you cannot, like flawless, you know what I mean? A flawless track record of authenticity and morally just ethical behavior are the resellers. Well, turns out now with all this news breaking, seems like that's not the case anymore. Which is really, really troublesome to me because this brings me to the point where I think you can't trust anyone anymore. You know what I mean? You really have to do your research, but it's really getting hard to do your own research. A regular consumer, you have a job, you might have kids, you have stuff to do. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because from personal experience, I can tell you, if you want to be that person that can authenticate their own bags, you have to learn so much. You have to do so much digging. You have to invest so much time researching. Like you need that time to be able to trust yourself, to be able to authenticate for yourself privately, personally, to have that peace of mind when you're buying a secondhand Chanel bag that you're buying an authentic bag by inspecting it yourself. To reach that point where you yourself are sure enough for your private personal purchases of used vintage Chanel bags that those bags are authentic, in order to reach that level, I don't want to say you need a lot of years, but you need years. Not everybody has that time. So the consumer is left, the average consumer that would like to have an authentic vintage Chanel bag. What are you going to do? It's not like you have the time to do all that research. Pardon me. Dehydrated. Hold on. Been talking a lot. Sippy zippy. Thumb up the video if you're enjoying it. Thank you much. And subscribe. So it's hard for the average consumer that wishes to have a vintage Chanel bag that's authentic, but doesn't have the time to invest like 2 years of their life learning about the intricacies of authenticating vintage Chanel bags. Who are you going to trust? Who are you going to trust? You know, it was kind of an easy way to be like, oh, you know what? I'm just going to pay a little bit more and I'm going to go through the Japanese route and we're going to buy it from a Japanese reseller and it's going to be fabulous. Well, now apparently you can't trust that either. And if you can't trust that, well, what are you going to do? Again, we're back to square one. Like at this point, might as well buy the fakes at this point because like you never know if you're getting a fake anyway. I mean, I'm against it. For sure I'm against it. I'm not endorsing it. But I'm saying like, what are you supposed to do? Fall for the trap of somebody selling you a refurbished bag, which is made out of parts that are not authentic and that are not given by the brand. So refurbished, but then sold to you as if it were not refurbished for a markup. I would feel tricked and scammed, to be honest with you. Like, even though maybe the bone structure of the bag is still authentic, but you're not disclosing to me that you retouched the entire exterior and you changed the entire leather. So but you're making it look like fresh and well kept, like, look, it's vintage, but it's still in pristine condition. I'm like, well, it's not vintage anymore. You've redone the exterior, but you're charging me a premium for having found a vintage bag in pristine condition, when in reality, it's not a vintage bag in pristine condition. And you're not disclosing to me that you've kind of redone the entire leather. I don't think that's fair. And I think that's a scam, just my opinion. So yeah, now I'm like even more hesitant to just say, oh yeah, Japanese pre-loved market, that's the best way to go. Apparently it's not anymore. Apparently it's not anymore, as according to this article. And the article also says like these modifications make the bags inauthentic, creating a dilemma that many buyers overlook. For example, vintage Chanel flaps have been discovered with features never existing in certain series, which is what I just told you. The complexity of these alterations make them incredibly hard to detect, even for experienced authenticators. And this is an authenticator writing this article. Now, if an authentication website states that the way that these alterations are made so shrewdly on some of these bags make it even difficult for the authenticators themselves to authenticate a bag, then what are we talking about here? Then we have no hope left. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I mean, and then they also say, like, although not selling outright fakes, refurbishments may be considered worse. Trusted Japanese resellers have been found selling these items, often defending their actions by asserting the integrity of Japanese products. And this is another part of the article I found very interesting. So apparently, when you suspect that a product that you want to buy from some of these resellers might be refurbished, even though they do not disclose it openly, and you confront them, the article says this, so everything is alleged, and you confront them with this and you ask, hey, the bag that I bought, it seems like there's been a paint job done to the bag on the corners. You didn't disclose this. Has the bag been refurbished? Apparently, some of these resellers start ghosting you. They stop answering your messages. They don't reply to your emails. And that kind of tarnishes their reputation long-term because people are getting really upset. Customers that bought the bag, like all of a sudden, are not getting answers. Some of these resellers apparently just like feel like they've been, poked in the wrong place. And instead of kind of having an open conversation about this, they avoid it by ghosting you. And this is also really bad for public relations for your company in general, but also just for customer satisfaction. I mean, sooner or later, people are going to start writing really bad reviews online. Could you imagine having a business, people asking you a question for your business and you just not responding from your shop? Somebody wants to buy a product from you or has purchased a product from you, and then you're not responding to them? And then the article says that the astonishing aspect is that they've been sold by some of the most reputable and trusted Japanese sellers, these refurbished bags, alleged refurbished bags. And that confronting them is a challenge. They become exceedingly defensive. And they state that, the author of this article says that they had to push it so far. They had to ask several times very kindly their sales associate at Chanel to run the serial numbers inside of these pre-loved, allegedly authentic Chanel bags, vintage Chanel bags, to run the serial numbers in their system, which is something they never do. But if they're friends of yours, they might do it. They might kind of bend the rules of Chanel and they might run a certain authenticity code in their system for you, even though they're not allowed to do it. But anyway, we digress. And in this article, they say, and the results came out shocking. Shocking. Because allegedly the sales associate from Chanel that ran the serial numbers came back with the results saying, well, some of these serial numbers do not match the bag that you have with that serial number in the bag. That serial number belongs to, let's say, a wallet on chain, but the serial number is glued on to a timeless classic bag. Single flap if it's from the 90s, you know what I mean? Double flap came later, also before. So very, 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 very disturbing news. The inspection process involves meticulous microscopic scrutiny, stitching, differences between original and altered stitching. The stitches change as well if somebody refurbishes a bag. That's a problem. It's kind of like a moral dilemma. How authentic is the bag if somebody redoes the exterior, even though it's still quilted, the amount of diamonds is the same, but let's say the stitch is not as tight. The stitch count is not 9 anymore per diamond, but let's say now it's 7 stitches. What is the bag? What can you say about the bag? Now, to defend the resellers here, call a spade, I know for a fact that Chanel is also very, very loosey-goosey when it comes to this, because I've had friends of mine take their vintage Chanel bags to Chanel to get spot, changed, fixed up, like from their grandmas, from their moms, like from the 80s and the 90s, especially the ones with the chunky gold hardware double C turn locks, when the double Cs were still kind of flat and more wide. And they send off the bag and highly scratched because the bags were loved and used. And then they send the bag off to Chanel through the Chanel boutique. They come back 6 months later, fixed, but the hardware, the double C hardware, is no longer the 90s, gold plated, thick, flat. It's a different design of hardware. No, they send back the bag with the modern day hardware, the rounded off double Cs, not the flat chunky ones anymore, like completely different. And Chanel says, well, this is authentic Chanel. This is what we do now. This is the hardware we have now. So your bag is technically legally authentic, but you're like, but hold on, my grandma passed this on to me with a different hardware. I just wanted this hardware replaced. So even Chanel doesn't really, when you do the vintage, and if they accept the bag, and for now they only do like the black bags and leather, not every bag is accepted, still for a cost, but they don't accept every bag for refurbishment. No, only the classics in black leathers. But the hardwares are not the same. Well, how do we put that? Kev is asking in the chats, is a vintage bag serviced and repaired by Chanel with modern parts still considered vintage? I believe it's a mutant. It's kind of parts of the bag are vintage, parts of it are new. It's a combination of both. It's like a hybrid. It's like a mutant, a hybrid between vintage and new. And if you ask for that and you accept that, then fine. But what if you want your bag to be done with the same parts, just new, and you're paying for the parts to be new, or just to be recoated? You know, if it's a metal piece that was coated in gold and it's just scratched up and beat up and you just want it recoated in gold, why don't they do it? It doesn't cost that much to do, you know, and you're paying for it. So why can't they do it? It's really worrisome. Really, really worrisome to me on all levels. Like, I don't trust Chanel for repairing anything anymore, my humble opinion. And I also don't trust these pre-loved markets either. Is this the end of the luxury journey, luxury bag journey? Is this the dawn of a new era? Is this the final chapter that is closing? Slowly but surely, well, not even that slowly at this point. Are we at the precipice of a new dawn, of a new era of luxury bags and how we shop for them, how we consider them, how we buy them? What does this new era look like? I'm super curious to find out what this new era looks like. But I can tell you one thing for sure. When it comes to me, it definitely feels like this is the end of an era. Something is definitely, that's how I feel it in my bones. I feel like something is ending. Something new will begin. But how will that new something be? It scares me a little bit, but it's also kind of exciting because I think we're due for a makeover, you guys. As much as I'm also one day going to get my Birkin, sure, I'm going to be that sucker who gets one as well. Then what? Then it's over. It's like, okay, you got that point. Ticked off, bam, love it. Moving on. What's next? Like, what do you do next? Like, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is, like, we've seen the collections. We've seen people have 50, 60, 150 Birkins and Kellys, 50,000 mini Chanel rectangulars, squares in every colorway, in every material. It's been exciting. It's been one heck of a ride, but it's getting tired. It's kind of tired, you know? We've been there. We've done that. We've been around the rodeo a couple of times. Now what? These brands are not pushing anything new. They're still cashing in on their classics. And you're like, okay, so what's new? And because the brands are cashing in on their classics, and because the brands are not developing new, incredible, advanced models, it's because they're sticking to their classics that are quite simple in structure. That's why the counterfeit market is also booming. Because the counterfeit market has had decades. Think about this. The counterfeit market has had, if the counterfeit market is not run by the brands themselves, let's say it's not, then the counterfeit market has had decades time to perfect their craft, because the most covetable and desirable bags from these high-end luxury brands, they're always the same. They change minimally from, you know, season to season, minimally. The classics are always the same. How many decades can it take to figure out how to perfect the construction of a Kelly or a Birkin or a timeless classic or a Lady Dior bag? Come on. And because these major brands stick to these simple, recognizable heritage bags, and they're not changing them, they're not kind of creating new iconic bags, that's why it's easier and easier and easier to find really good replicas. They're kind of shooting themselves in the foot here, I believe. Just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts, though. Are we at the end of an era? Subscribe, thumb up the video. Bye. I think the counterfeit market is connected to legit brands. I mean, allegedly, I'm thinking that too. But like, you guys, when I read this article that Kev sent me, I was like, girl, this is not good. This is not good. Like, if you can't even trust Japan, who are you going to trust? Oh, Anonymous bought a premium tank top. Thank you so much. Yes, Quinn. We'll go. But I also have something else to share with you. And that would be a little fun segment as well. I'm seeing more Hermes silks and textiles produced in Italy and India, which is pretty interesting. Are they nice? Is the quality better? Holly Grace says, I think specific vintage pieces are quite obviously authentic, like the Dolce items you bought, Jacob. I will stick to buying that. Oh, yes, because there's not almost any request for those. The items that are not so requested, those are the ones that are, yeah, it's more expensive to counterfeit those products than it would be to earn money off of them, because what you would have two people buy them. It's not worth the money to make a counterfeit of a product that's not desirable. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm just realizing we are 18 subscribers away from 63,000. Fingers crossed. Oh my gosh, quick, do you think we're going to reach 63,000 in this live stream? I don't know. Let's see. But I have a fun little segment for you. The non-desirable will become desirable now. Oh, that's a good one, Bunny. That's a good one. Just because people want to avoid fakes. And you know what? I think you're onto something. I mean, like us, our community, like we're onto this. Like we're like, you know, we talk about it, we analyze this. So I think like we will start doing this, or we already have. But by the time the masses start following us, it's going to be too late, because all those products are going to be then also massively copied and desirable. You know what I mean? Kev says, the majority used to be made in France, so I'm wondering why certain items are now produced in different countries. I think to source out production, because there's way too many people buying them, and I think they can't keep up with production. That's why also Chanel started sourcing out in the past. Just my opinion. Sylvia says, plot twist, Jacob is the CEO and CFO of all 10 counterfeit factories. Now that's a conspiracy theory. DL says, I bought a pre-loved Dolce & Gabbana leopard print skirt inspired in your bag. They go, oh my gosh, they're gorgeous. Best leopard prints, best animalier prints ever, hands down. It's always Dolce & Gabbana, really always. Let's pop the bubbles. Kevin Chu, they can produce vintage fakes too. Yes, they can. Really hard to detect the difference, but you can detect the difference, but it's hard. Susie Collector, my Chanel store manager cautioned me not to have my 1983 Maxi refurbished, that it would no longer be authentic if anyone else work on it. I did not want the new hardware. Keep as is. Exactly. You see, there you go. Even Chanel advises you not to do it. Zonzue. Luna Marinelli, my Hermes journey, how's it going? I'm not on an Hermes journey. Like, I buy only what I like. The last thing I really liked was the bracelet, and I wear it every day. I love it to bits. I waited a year for it. I pre-ordered it. Like, I buy what I like, you guys. I'm not intimidated by them. I don't do, oh, let me buy a scarf. Let me buy a shoe. Let me buy heart. No. I did with my sales associates. I told them, I want a Birkin. They're like, okay, I'll keep you posted. I have specifics. I have a specification what I want. And let's see if it happens. If it happens, I'm happy. If not, not. But I'm not buying anything now, because I have everything from Hermes that I like. Like, I really buy only what I like, you guys. I'm not going to let them intimidate me. I'm not. So, not the bracelet or the Birkin? Oh, the Birkin? I want a 35. Birkin 35. Yeah. Birkin 35. Thanks, Kev. Stay strong. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's fine. It is what it is, you guys. I'm not like begging ferret. You know, I'm just like, okay, they were nice enough to listen. They're like, oh yeah, sure, we'll look into it, you know, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, great, thanks. Perfect. They'll let me know. That's all. That's all. 35 for me. Oh, you want a 25, Luna? No, that's too small for me. I'm a big boy. I'm too big for a 25. It looks really weird on me. All Chanel bags should be made in France. France makes them feel so much more special. I agree with you, Michael. Totally. Totally. Yeah, Birkin 35, baby. But speaking of bags, oh my gosh, why is my thing dying again? I had it filled. I don't know, something's wrong with my battery here. Or don't tell me that, of course, Apple is gonna... You had your iPad for a year and a half. Now it's gonna kick the bucket. Buy a new one. Typical Apple, isn't it? So I think I took the... Yes, I have it here. Okay, you guys, we'll go. So we're going to talk about bags, like duh, but it's going to be really interesting because these bags are kind of weird and wacky and cuckoo. Hold on, let me just figure this out before the iPad kicks the bucket. Okay, I only had like 2% left. All right. So, this is going to be a fun one. Hit it, Bubbles. Let me just see if I have to retouch the lippy. I have to retouch the lippy. Using this one, it's very streaky, but I love it. Yeah, but it doesn't really deliver after you've been talking for like 6 hours straight. You dehydrate a little and then okay. And then the lipstick just gives up. Ballerina, yeah. Oh, you have it too, bunny style? Yeah, I love it. Hey, Dushan, how's it going, sweetie? Michael says, all Chanel bags should be made in France. Oh, we read that one already. All right. Hi, everybody. Jacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Louis Vuitton. What are you doing to us? Price increases aside, you're also releasing very, very strange new bags and products. Now, you know I love my monogram canvas, but when it comes to bags, you're pushing a lot of leather lately. And now, apparently, you've also started pushing, for those of us who love the canvas, you're trying to trick us by selling us leather bags on top of which you print a canvas pattern. So now you're trying to make the leather bags look like they have canvas bags on them? Girl, we have to analyze this. Subscribe to my channel first before we get to it. Push the join button next to the subscription button. Become a member today. Gain access to extra perks. You can also join me on Patreon, Super Jacob, all spelled together. there as well for extra perks. Thank you to my members and patrons who have already pledged. This video is being filmed live in front of a live virtual audience. I live stream several times a week, and you're all invited to join the live chats. Hi, chat. So the current collection, I think this was from the male collection, but it's whatever. Bags are all unisex. Let me show you what is going down with Louis Vuitton. Let me move to the side. All right, so they're talking about like lunch bags or lunch boxes turned into bags. Now, you see what I'm talking about here? How interesting is this? This is like a freezer bag, lunch freezer bag, call it whatever you want. Freezer bag, I guess it's better. You guys, listen, as a gimmick, but you see what I'm talking about here? So basically, this is a patent leather bag. Okay, they're selling you this as leather, like silver patent leather, and then they print a mini trunk in monogram on top of the leather. So it's not like they actually, I don't know, created an illusion. Like, for example, they cut out a piece of canvas, they put the vaqueta on top, then they sew that like as a patch, like patchwork. It's not like they sew that on top of the silver patent leather. No. Instead, it is silver patent leather with a print of a monogram trunk on top of it. Now, if you love all things Louis and you think this is a cute little gimmick, modern, a novelty piece, like if you're into that kind of stuff, like I understand, sure, you could say this is cute, even though, honestly, I always repeat this. For me, the magic of Louis Vuitton is in their travel items. Accessories and bags that facilitate travel, that make travel easier for you. Like, that's why I love Louis, right? I also love all of their, like, stuff to write in the notebook holder, which I just got for my birthday this year. I love it. I always travel with it. I have my notebook in there. For all my makeup and accessories, I always have my packing cube. I have the smaller one for all the brushes. I have the Poche Toilette 15, the 19, the 26. I have the Speedies, the key pouch. Like, this is the stuff. My wallet is Louis monogram. My key pouch is Louis. This is the stuff I live for. Like, this is Louis Vuitton for me. It never lets me down. I use it every day. Super practical. Like, that's how it's done. Okay. Now, when we see these things, I'm like, it's kind of not practical anymore. It's not practical for travel. It's built in a way that it has very little space on the inside. It's gimmick. It's a gimmicky thing. Let me show you the next one. There's a couple of them. So here's another size of it. We're going to get to the prices as well, but let's first see the products. So here we have a bigger version of the freezer bag with another monogram used bag. The cool bag that we actually want is not available. Instead, they printed it on a freezer bag that we don't want. Can you make that make sense? Like, I'd much rather get this bag than get this silver bag with this bag printed on top. And I don't care for the croissant and the key and this epi leather printed on top. Like, I get it if you're like, somebody might think this is really cool. I don't think this is cool at all. It looks so tacky, says Bunny Style. Oh my God, Lucky Dog Inc. commented, looks cheap AF. Coco's mommy says, this one's definitely a no-go. Main mom says, not elevated. I don't love those. Kev says, I want to eat the croissant. We all need our sugar. But let me show you the next one. Oh, Danielle West says, terrible. Luna Marinelli, disgusting. Is this the same one from before? I think it is. It's just from it's a frontal look. Whatever. Like, again, patent silver leather with a printed little trunk. Yeah, no. And let me tell you the prices. What's the next one? The next one. So the freezer soft trunk retails for $3,700 on the Louis Vuitton's website. The same price as an ordinary handle soft trunk. See what they're doing here? They're charging you more for the novelty. The freezer sac plat, meanwhile, is priced at $3,950. It's $1,300 more than the sac plat PM bag. So if I go back one photo, I can show you. This one costs more with this leather combination than it would cost to buy the actual canvas piece. It's a no-brainer for me, which one I would buy. Louis, what are you thinking, girl? Let me show you the next one. So I just have to scroll through. Okay, so the next image I'm going to show you is another novelty piece. Now this one is interesting if you really collect monogram pieces. And this bag is different. It's strange. It kind of follows that gimmicky Minaudière style that Chanel has been putting out since 2004/5 with the music tape clutch being the first Minaudière Chanel did. Let me show you what Louis Vuitton is offering us. They're offering, you can see it right there, a camera bag, but it is a functioning recording camera. Let me show you a better picture. This is from the runway. This is the runway show from a couple of months ago. So the camera actually functions. There is a camera in this. So the container is for nothing else but a camera. It's a camera holder. It's a camera bag with a camera in it. And the camera does work. We'll go. Like if you're into this sort of stuff, it's a cute gimmick, I suppose. I just wonder, it's a digital camera, but it looks like film, but it looks like analog, but it's digital. It's digital. A Montero says, oh my God, it gets worse. Bunny Style says, hey, this is a good idea. Yeah, we'll go. I mean, great steal, guys, says Bunny Style. Mimi says, like, is it a camera bag that works for other cameras? I don't know. I believe it would work for other cameras as well, because I don't think that Louis Vuitton developed technology like that. I think they have a brand that made a camera for them. That brand also makes, you know what I mean? I don't know what brand is in there, but Frozen Luxury is like groundbreaking. Very Miranda from The Devil's Wears Prada. Too literal for me, says Anderson Martins. Well, if this thing would be collapsible in a way where the lens can be retracted inside of this bag, and this holder thing could be retractable inside as well, and the back part could be retractable, and this all turns into this little suitcase, then that would make sense to me. It's like in the tradition of old school Louis Vuitton trunks where you like put all your essentials in there and then you travel in luxury and style throughout the world with them. Like you could also put your camera in the trunk, but since it's all protruding from all these pieces and you can't really, maybe you can, I don't think you can, compact it all together into one suitcase. If it were the case that you could compact it into a suitcase, then I would say, I get it. This is kind of locking on to the heritage of Louis Vuitton travel trunks. But since it looks all open and it stays open, I'm like, well, what's the use? It's kind of a novelty. Let me show you the next picture. This is the other side of the bag with that silver bit to make it look a little bit more technical. I just really don't like that epi silver leather attached to it and that huge chunky logo right there, like Louis Vuitton, like we get it. We already have the monogram. Like we don't need all of this. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. You know what I mean? It's a bit much. Yeah. Oh, this is now. Holy Grace, like what year is this? This is 2023. This is now. This is from the runway. This is the 2023 runway, this outfit from the male runway. You know. Okay, some of you are liking it, but to me, sure, if you like it, you know, go for it. I'm just looking at this thing and I'm thinking, now for the price, I could not find the price of this one. Does anybody know in the chats? I couldn't find the price. Maybe this was like order only, like a special order only, or if it was only offered to special clients that are spending a lot of money. But the article itself does not state a price for this one. Unsolicited Opinions by Yella says, my only comment is that model though. Okay, somebody has the hots for the model with that tiny chin. Sure, why not? Bunny Star says, yeah, like I said, I think they made it to grab attention, just a marketing thing. Yeah, maybe like a marketing thing. Very arty, says Holy Grace, like, which is very Louis Vuitton in current times. I don't necessarily like it, but it is expected. Yeah, I get what you're saying. It's very much Louis Vuitton of today. But it doesn't kind of latch on to the heritage of Louis, which is the stuff that I love. And I think I'm part of that group of clients that likes their heritage pieces, but they're kind of, this is more aimed towards younger clients that Louis Vuitton is trying to captivate as like people who are going to buy their products in this direction. And they're trying to maybe just my speculation here. Everything I say in this video is for entertainment purposes only, not rooted in truths or facts. Everything's alleged. But maybe they're just trying to step away from the heritage that I just showed you, all of these heritage pieces, right? And they want people to buy more this because maybe they think this is the way to survive as a brand. But to me, Louis was always the travel pieces, the sturdy monogram canvas travel. I love them. Maybe this is really the new generation. Maybe we are obsolete. Our generation of shoppers and consumers is actually obsolete, and this is the future. But isn't it funny, though, how the future latches on to the past to depict itself? Because why am I saying this? Because this is definitely referencing an old school analog camera, which is why some of you at the beginning of the video were asking, wait a minute, is this an analog camera or a digital camera? So they're latching on to the history and past of cinematography, but they're projecting towards the future. Interesting, isn't it? Kev says, perfect for influencers filming their shitty videos. I could not have said it better myself. And with that, I say thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below. Kev had the best closing argument. Until next time, thoughts below, subscribe, and thumb up the video. Never give up on love. Bye. So we'll go, you guys. That would be the video. Foxy might have the price sheet. Yeah, Saya, I was checking out Foxy's Insta. She didn't post the camera, so I thought maybe she didn't have the price. I don't know. Coco's mommy says, yeah, it didn't make the cut to get mass produced for purchase. Collab with Kid Super. Oh, thanks, Coco's mommy. Well, good to know. Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, so you see, so it was just kind of like a novelty piece. But I'm sure if you're like really rich and famous and you tell them, oh my God, I really love this piece, they would be like, we can make one for you. You know what I mean? It's one of those pieces like you can make it, but you got to pay it. We are too smart and we won't shop, says Bunny Style. Yes, power to the peeps. Since we are really buying practical things to please us, Louis Vuitton need to make more effort. However, for the current gen, the weirder the better. Good point. Good point. Gosh, get a life. How's it going, sweetie? It looks like somebody had fun during their packing design class, presented it as their thesis, and got their grade to graduate. Oh, the shade. Live in Ferret. You guys, I hope you've had fun in this, our weekend live stream. And I hope that all the Tier 1 members and the Tier 2 members also had fun in the 3-hour pre-show we filmed before the main show. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you've had fun. Bubbles, thank the mods. Hit it.
A special thanks to the mods in the fashion bunker. Thanks to Debbie, Jesus, Creation, Nicole, Kebs, and Gloria. Bubbles loves you.
Thank you so much to the mods for keeping us safe. And now I would love to see all the living ferret emojis as Bubbles sings Living Ferret. Hit it, Bubbles.
I'm living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret, living ferret.
Oh, that was so cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. We got the t-shirt, we got the emojis. It's an overload of cuteness. I can't even. This was adorable. Everything aligned, all the ferrets in the house aligned, all the ferrets in the house aligned. Yep, there you go. There you go. Live in Ferret. Oh, love you too. Unsolicited opinions by Yella. Now, let me see all your green dying ferrets. Get ready to type away as we sing Dying Ferret. Hit it, Bubbles.
Dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret, dying ferret.
Oh, babes, we flooded it with the ferrets. Wow, look at them go. Oh man, look at them go, look at them go. Yes, Quins. Look, they look fabulous. Fabulous. And now, are you ready for the wugo wugo emojis? Get ready to type away with the wugo wugo because Bubbles is about to sing wugo wugo. Hit it, Bubbles. Oh, yeah. Oh, babes. We've been flooded it with the wugo wugos. Yeah, that's so cool. Look at us go. I love the patterns that they make in the chats. They're all over the place. Live in Ferret. And, oh, Holly Grace. Thank you so much, Holly Grace. Bubbles, read it.
À $5 super chat from Holly Grace. Hey Jacob, just want to say thank you for the Cosette updates. It's honest investigative journalism and it doesn't go unnoticed. Appreciated.
Well, let me reread it again. Hey, Jacob, just want to say thank you for the Cosette updates. It's honest investigative journalism and it doesn't go unnoticed. Appreciate it. Thank you so much, Holly. Very kind of you. Papa Cherry Bubbles for Holly for the super chat. Thank you so much, sweetie. And yeah, I want to say cha 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 to this. Cha. Hit it, Bubbles.
Ciao, 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 ciao.
There you go, guys. And with that, I wish you all a wonderful rest of your weekend. Wherever you may be, have a lovely, relaxing Sunday. Well, so for some of you it's Sunday, for some of you it's Saturday, for some, I don't know if it's Monday already in Australia. I don't know. Hope to see you all guys next week again. And until then, enjoy. Treat yourself to something nice. Either a nice tea, coffee, me. That was a quote from Working Girl, one of my favorite movies from the 80s. Meet up with friends, read a good book, sleep, pamper yourself, put some nice conditioner and cream on your face. Treat yourself, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Say thank you to yourself for being yourself and being true to yourself. And until next time, it's as easy as that. Never give up on love. Bye.